Good morning. It's Natalie Zangon, also known as Mother Goose. So today I posted two pictures. I posted a picture of a light switch and a picture of a crock pot. And I want to explain to you the metaphor I see between these two. One thing we have to understand is that the way usually men work, they are a lot more quicker into as far as like task, kind of like it's like A to Z happens a lot faster for them. There is a job, that there's a situation, and it's like, what, how can we fix it? A situation, how can we fix it? A thought, how can we take it into action? Whereas women are not like that. They ruminate, they go around it, they think about it, they discuss it. Biologically and anatomy wise, we're also very like that. Like the woman's body, the man's body, we are formed very, very differently. And we know that a man was created from the earth, so their earth element is a lot stronger than woman. So their earth, their task, they're just a lot more kind of like quicker in doing that, like getting the task done. Whereas a woman is a lot more complicated, that we believe their psyche, their mental state, their thought system is a lot more complicated, and we don't let go. Many times you hear men say, "My wife just doesn't let go. She doesn't stop talking about it. She keeps bringing it up." Because that is part of her rumination and her psyche of how she makes sense out of things. So a light switch is when you say information to a man, when their eyes gets exposed to something, when the man gets sexually aroused, they more likely are, when they are excited, they're ready to perform like a light switch. The minute it's on, it's ready to perform. In most cases, again, not everyone, right? Whereas a woman is not like that. She's much more like a crock pot. When you put a food in a crock pot, it takes hours for it to warm up. It takes time for it to get heated. It gets time for it to start working, to do what it's supposed to. That's how a woman works. Once you put the investment, once you put the effort, once you put it, then when she gets warmed up, it's the most amazing experience ever. But she's not instantly. She's not instant gratification in these things. She's not immediate. And when she does, she doesn't let go, because that is how she's able to hold on to a pregnancy, how she's able to hold on to a relationship, how she's able to hold on night after night, waking up to feed her baby and then get the kids ready and then go to school, because the amount of oxytocin, serotonin that her dopamine and the dopamine that her brain releases holds on very differently than a man does. Whereas a man, for him, the the turning on and acting is a lot more instantly and quickly. And when a Jewish boy is born, on the eighth day, they do the brit milah, right? They do the circumcision to remind the boy from the minute they're an infant that that organ and that part of your body, it's kadosh, it's holy, it's special. Make sure to remember to use it wisely, because as a man, your drive, especially the sexual drive, is a lot stronger and it gets activated a lot faster. And when you go out into the real world, make sure to be mindful of what you do with it. That just because of external excitement and stimulation, don't let yourself just act upon whatever comes up. Be mindful, be responsible, be thoughtful. And a lot of married couples, unfortunately, especially more from the man, they think everything in life is like haunting and task and a challenge. And the minute you get it, you could let it go and it'll be there. But it's not like that. It's not like that. A relationship and a marriage, if you do not maintain it, if you do not give it, like just like a water that you're going to use for tea, if you turn off the fire under it, that water will cool down. That water will become room temperature and it's no longer ready to make tea with it. And that is the same thing with the most amazing relationship between a man and woman. The minute you turn off the fire of passion and excitement, the relationship will become stagnant and room temperature. Whereas a man, like a light switch, could be turned on. But if her crock pot is not feeling warmed up and heated, it will not be the same. So we need to remember that in a relationship, in order to keep the passion alive, it's not about changing partners. It's not about having multiple partners. It's not about extramarital relationship. It's about bringing that passion and that fire back into your own relationship. It's a myth. Happily ever after doesn't exist unless you maintain it. You got to take care of it and give to it and bring the fire and the passion back. In order for the sexual and intimacy life to be there, the emotional and the passion and the attention has to be there. They go hand in hand. You cannot only date your girlfriend and date the person you're dating and think the minute this person becomes your wife and the mother of your children, and she's just going to be there, and she's just going to be excited to see you, and she's just going to want to be with you, and she's just going to be available, and she's just going to adore you and treat you like a king. A king gets treated like a king when the queen also gets treated like a queen. It is mutual. It has to happen both ways. In order for a healthy relationship to maintain, there has to be mutual investment and continuation, or else it will reach room temperature, it will reach a state of being stagnant, and it can eventually even completely fall apart. Love is a verb. Love takes action. Love takes effort. It doesn't just stay there because you're legally married. You need to take care of it. You need to put effort into it for it to continue, especially for a woman, because they're a lot more like a crock pot. So if you want the excitement and passion to be there, remember, women ruminate and they don't let go for the good and the bad. So what happens in the bedroom starts from the morning. It doesn't just happen in the bedroom. So remember this video. Men and women were created very differently, biologically, anatomy, and in a lot of different ways. So we need to create respect, understanding, and compassion for that. And further, remember, the best gift you could give your children is a loving home with peace and appreciation. This is what children need to be able to thrive and create the best version of themselves. Thank you for listening. This is Natalie.